We are about 15 minutes away from the all-important African Cup of Nations quarter-finals games between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Palancas Negras of Angola. My name is Shegun Odwanyo, and I have with me here as co-anchor, analyst, Johnny Edwards. Good evening, Johnny.
Good evening, Shegun. Good to be here once again.
Are you under pressure?
No, I'm not. Not at all. Not at all. Zero pressure, zero tension, Shegun.
All right. Same formation for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and same formation for Jose Peseiro. Of course, same except for those who have not been following the AFCON Cup of Nations. Good news, Stanley Wabali is back in the first 11. Of course, pressures. Many persons are under pressure thinking, hey, are we having Francis Uzor? But there's Stanley Wabali, Olaino, William Troost-Ekong, Zaidu Sanusi, Kevin Bassi, Franco Eka, Alex Iwobi, Demola Lukman, Victor Osimhen, African Footballer of the Year, and on the left, Moses Simon. Are we ready for the best defense in the league? In the tournament against the best attack?
Well, you could say the best defense are ready for the best attack, but you know, in games like this, we all know where this game will be won and lost. Of course, you just said it now that Angola have the best attack, and of course, you can't you can't put that aside without mentioning Gelson Dalla. Who has been impressive for the Palancas.
4 goals, 1 assist.
Exactly, and of course, he has scored twice so far in this tournament. Of course, he has been very, very clinical. In 8 shots on target, he has converted 6 of those shots. Fantastic, so you could tell, that's what the Eagles defense backline will be expecting. Very darting, he runs that defense, and of course, all I know will have his work cut out later today. Of course, we all see how Olaino has been busting up for during the attack. Carelessly, and of course,
Alexander Arnoldish.
You could say that again. So he would have his works cut out this time, pace for pace, skill for skill, with this guy who plays for Al Wekra, of course, in the UAE. So it's going to be it will be a pulsating encounter, no doubt about it, for the Super Eagles side, of course, playing 5 at the back, of course, and with the 2 wing backs, gives them that solidity. But the Angolan forwards are very silky, very pacey, and of course, they would commit our defenders. And it remains to be seen how disciplined they will be once again at the AFCON.
All right, I made a mistake earlier. We're not 15 minutes away. We are 45 minutes away. I beg your pardon. I guess I'm more under pressure than Jose Peseiro himself. The game kicks off at 6 p.m. Nigerian time. So it's not 15 minutes away. It's 45 minutes away. But once again, now we are going to be coming up against one of the best attacks. In fact, the best attack of this tournament so far. Like you mentioned earlier, Dalu, 4 goals, 1 assist. Mabolulu has 3 goals already. And there's Freddy, always ready to bust defenses and drop the passes and submit assists. Still looking at the defensive outliner, because that has been our most solid department so far in this tournament. We've considered just 1 goal, and the first game you could even put blame that on trying to settle down a bit. But game after game and after game, against the big boys and the small boys and all the boys, we've not considered except in that first game. But how can we particularly stop Freddy and Mabolulu?
Well, like I said, all I know will have his work cut out, and here we'll have to. Now I know the reason why Peseiro is sticking with Moses Simon, somebody who could backtrack and also to help all I know on the defensive, and of course launch attack, because that's the left side of the Angolan attack looks to be the strongest side of the attack, and of course against where most of our attack are runnings come out from. So I think that's where the game will be won and lost. And of course, Frank Onyeka, who has been a big tank for the Eagles. A big tank.
Frank the tank.
Yeah, exactly. So he would have his work cut out as well, because he would also to be dragged away from his natural position, which is to shore up the middle, the defense line from the middle of the park. So it's going to be very, very pulsating. And of course, we have to be very, very clinical and taking our chances. And of course,
I was going there. Defensively, we know we can be fantastic, but up front, I think we are a little wishy-washy. We got lucky against Cameroon. Thankfully, they had the cousin of Onana, who had some skills of Onana. Else, those 2 shots from
it runs with the family.
Is a family thing for them. You can't be really terrible. You find a more terrible member of the family in that family, because those guys, and they stick to goalkeeping. Why goalkeeping? They could probably try attack, so that if you miss 5 and score 2, that's good enough. But for our attack, like I said, we've not been too brilliant. Those 2 goals, Nigerians applauded those goals, but those goals were not. They were like 2 over 10. If you look at the quality of scoring, the first goal, the goalkeeper was on holiday. The second goal, the goalkeeper same. So if they had a fantastic goalkeeper, those 2 goals won't go in. There will be pressure on everybody. So how can we be clinical up front?
Now, we're not creating chances like we did in the first game. Of course, we had about 5 chances, which the big blame will go to the king of African football. But he has made amends with that with his tireless runs. I mean, putting all defense on their toes each time. We saw what he did to the Cameroonian defense line, and of course, we need expect more of that. And of course, a bit of the Napoli-like Osimhen being selfish a bit, take daring, take those chances. I mean, go all out yourself and show the world what you really are. But he has ensured, I mean, his hold-up play has been impressive so far, the tournament, bringing the likes of Luke Monkman to come and play and run at the defense line. But, you know, it still boils down to the Nigerian team, also to ensuring that they take their chances and, of course, create more. We see Zaidu busting run. He has been so poor with his crosses. Very poor. I hope that will change later today.
Today is a new day.
Exactly. All I know, I hope he can win this battle against Dalu, like you said. Of course, I mean, take those advantage and, of course, join the attack. And, of course, despite the fact playing a double pivot alongside Onyeka, he will be out of his new role in the team, creates. Let's see those long throws from him. Let's see him open play from the middle of the park to ensure that these players, these wingers, will also to have that chance to run at the Angolan defense. They are not spectacular in defense, but
up front,
exactly. Are we daring
enough
to go at them? Because I'm not going to be apologetic about this. A side like Nigeria coming into this tournament, we have one of the best attacking lineup, but hey, we find ourselves our team playing a pack the boss mood, a deep defensive lineup just to get results, which I understand. But our sights are not off the goal. We want to win the 4th AFCON title, and if this is the only way for us to win it, so be it.
We don't mind. All right, I think it's also important to state that they asked Alex Iwobi at the press conference, you're not playing like a 10. You're supposed to be playing the 10. Unfortunately, you are coming to play 4. You are coming to play anything playable except 10. Why is that? And he said the coach asked him to play deep. Unfortunately, that is affecting us up front because nobody is supplying necessary passes. Victor Osimhen is overworking himself because he's supposed to be the traditional number 9, just stay up front, the Rashidi Yekini kind of guy, wait for their passes. But now he's coming to play 8. He's even playing 10. Yeah. Now, how do we bridge this gap against these Angolans? Because we need these goals. Exactly.
We need these goals. And, of course, in times past, we used to have players who could play in multi-dimensional roles. Positions. That doesn't happen anymore. Now, if Iwobi is not playing on the wings, he's playing as an 8, he's playing as a 10, but not in a double pivot role, in a holding midfield role. Ademola Lookman could play on the wings as an 8. That's all. So, and same could be said for the likes of Samuel Chukwueze, Terry Murphy, Kelechi Iheanacho.
Samuel Chukwueze cannot even play that his role
properly. So you see why we are really stuck with this, and just because it makes us formidable, makes us solid at the back, which is the first line. If they can't, you could recall Onyeka saying after the game against Cameroon that the coach told them that if we can't score, they don't score. So that's the mindset already. So they're not really thinking about attack. If the goals come, fine. But we'll stay in the game for as long as we can.
We'll staple it.
Exactly. So, but ingenuity, creativity should not be left out in the minds of these players. I feel they should be daring at some point, run at this defense, and cost some. We saw what Osimhen did. If he didn't chase down that defender, he won't get that ball. So once in a while, he should be daring. Our forwards should be daring if we have to get into the last 4.
All right, let's talk about the bench. We've not relied on the bench too often. In fact, we've not relied on the bench at all in this tournament. It's the traditional guys, and then 80-something. Probably Osimhen comes off, or Onuachu has been.
Omeru comes
in, or Onuachu comes on to play 3 minutes, and get his own bonuses and all that. But who are the guys who have on the bench? Can we trust the guys on the bench? That's the big question.
Well, we reacted so quick in the first game when we considered the goal. 2 minutes afterwards, Osimhen drew us level, and we haven't made that mistake ever since. Now, my fear is that if we concede, do we have that caliber? Do we have that courage?
Can we chase the game?
Chase the game and get back into reckoning again and again. And can we say for a fact that we want to change our formation, play a 4-3-3? Because when Pesero came in over a year ago, he's a good scholar of the 4-2-4 formation and expansive football. But he knows that if he tries that, his leaky defense will concede goals this time around. So if we concede, do we have that bench, the quality in the bench.
That's
Yes, we have the likes of Kelechi and who could come to change the game.
Has not played a minute in this.
He hasn't played, and I doubt if he would. I mean, I stand to be corrected in this game.
The
way it is now.
Let's stay with our boys.
Exactly. So it's going to be very, very difficult to throw him into the fray. Maybe if we are leading about 3-4 goals, maybe
they can come and chill.
They can come and just sweat a bit. But at the moment, I think we have a first 11 that could get the job done if they stick to their plans, if they don't lose guard. But it's sad to say that you can't really rely so much on the defense line. I mean, the bench to come in and change the course of the game.
Ahmed Musa can change the game.
Why should you do that?
I really do think Ahmed Musa, his pace. This is African football. We can rely on his pace.
Well, you want to put me on the edge in this, and I'll give you a good response to that. Are you trying to tell me now that he's more pacey than Ademola Lookman?
I mean,
are you trying to tell me now?
When we need someone to come on? I mean, when we need
we don't need someone to just come on and run. We need someone to come in and change the course of the game.
So Ahmed Musa can't change.
I don't think so. With all due respect
to. If Kelechi Iheanacho is not coming on, who can change?
Terry Murphy is an out-and-out forward who could also play anywhere in the front line. He's one good player that can. Paul Onuachu, he's a box player in terms of his aerial prowess. He can, in that regard, he can change the prowess of, the course of a game if we have good crosses, good deliveries from our wing backs and the wingers as well. So a player like Paul Onuachu can change the game. So, but I think we have more wingers, better wingers. Yeah. I mean, apologies to Ahmed Musa. I mean, a good ambassador of the Nigerian football and a captain of the Nigerian. But games like this, you need players who would run, who would make their runs count. Not just run now, not just run at defense, make their run. And that's why a player like Samuel Chukwueze, for instance, now hasn't really impressed. No, exactly. You expect so much from him, but he offers little or nothing. And in the games he has played, he makes those runs, he makes those cuttings, but the end product hasn't really been impressive as many expected. And same goes for his first 6 months when he joined AC Milan.
All right, the goalkeeping segment, I think we are fine. Stanley Wabali, the Rock, everybody was asking for him. In fact, Nigerians are praying for him.
They prayed, actually.
Yeah, it was serious. And the last time Nigeria prayed for somebody was, how many years? They don't pray for, they don't even pray. Nobody prays for their leaders these days. I mean, of course, probably, a small portion of persons pray for their leaders. But many Nigerians online were clamoring for this guy to come on. And he's in the first 11. I think we are fine there, even though some persons still feel he has not been tested. No, some persons even still feel Stanley Wabali has not been properly tested.
Well, you judge goalkeepers basically based on the saves they make and the clean sheets as well, and of course how they command their defense line. Fair enough. The game against Ivory Coast, he made some crucial saves. About 4 of them, which kept.
One was even in the save of the week.
Exactly. And there was one again that. Zaidu misjudged his header and he had to come out.
And he was smiling.
His big frame ensured that he denied I think Kuso thereabout a chance at goal. So I think at the stage like this, what more test do you expect from him? How well do you want him to be tested?
So some persons still feel
apparently they are not just happy with the way he walked in to the team and picked up the first team shirt. Maybe that's why, my own opinion. But if you're good, you're good. And the 4 games he has played so far,
he has been excellent.
He has been outstanding.
This confidence, this aura. His defenders feel very
They listen to him. They listen to him.
Yeah.
Unlike his predecessor, who many Nigerians don't want to see. But hey,
he came on the last game and everybody was praying.
We were all Navy. But he didn't play behind such a formation. So you could cut Uzoho some slack in that regard. Yeah. Probably if Pesero had played a 3-5-2 formation or a 3-4-3 formation while Uzoho was good, maybe you would have seen a better version of Uzoho. You never could tell. But the long range shots he had saved during this tournament has been decent. So, hey, who says Uzoho won't... I said Uzoho. Who says Nwabali won't be here for a very long time to come?
He's 27, but goalkeepers do have a longer time
long span,
football. But coming in at 20, I think he's one of the oldest guys to come into the Super Eagles. Uzo came in really young, and he was with the team, from the age grade levels. I think Keme too did not really come in really young, but he still came in at a decent time. Before that, we had Vincent Enyama, of course. Vincent Eyama is as old as water. We all know Vincent Eyama. And then, okay, over the years, we've had the guys grow with the team, but maybe it's his time, it's never too late, they say. But what's your prediction?
I think the Eagles will win by a slim margin.
Extra time?
Full time.
Penalties or 90 minutes?
No penalties. I mean, the last time we went into penalties at this stage, we lost. So I don't expect us to do that this time around. I feel we could get the job done after 90 minutes. We have the players, we have the guys, but like I said before the start, and at the start of the show, we need to be very, very clinical. I mean, we need to take our chance because that's the only way you win games. And do we have that nerve? Do we have that calmness to fight back? I don't think we do. But we can see off a game because these players, the likes of Onyeka, the likes of Bassi, the likes of Lukman, have shown that they are not just here to make they are not just here to make up the numbers. They are here to prove a point that players from diaspora also could have what it takes also to play African football.
All right. Say we don't finish this game in 90 minutes. Do you think these guys have the energy to go all the way?
Well, depending on if Pesero decides to stick with the same plan, because if it's still goalless, that means he has to change what has worked for him in the past
4 or 5 games now.
Exactly, he has to change it. Probably be daring or bring in another extra striker to see if they can unlock the Angolan defense. And who would he bring in? I don't think he would want to bring in somebody who would slow the pace of the game down or try to, reduce the pressure or the intensity which they have started with. So I think a player like Terry Murphy could be a game changer if he comes in. He's a striker. He could also drift to the wing plan. So Kelechi Iheanacho, for all the set piece, slimy shots, could come in if he's fully fit. And there are no issues like has been reported in the media. I think he should have gotten a run in, even if in the last game against Guinea-Bissau or Cameroon, as the case may be. But if we have to win the game and we have to rely on the bench, players like Paul Onuachu, because of his aerial prowess and delivery, to just get closer to the goal, and Terry Murphy also to play off Victor Osimhen. Those are players I feel could come in and make a change. All
right, the prediction kings have been woeful in this tournament. All the big boys are out. Senegal out, Morocco out, Ghana out, Cote d'Ivoire still in, but they are not one of the big boys that were mentioned. All the big boys are out. So as it stands, Nigeria
is not a big boy.
Nigeria is the highest ranked team, both by CAF and by FIFA. Yeah. Unfortunately, Angola is the lowest ranked team right now, both in CAF and in FIFA. If this tournament is to go the way it has been going, that means it doesn't favor Nigeria, even though we are supposed to. Angola is supposed to be the underdog.
I'll say this here: on 4 occasions, Nigeria have met Angola at the AFCON, and scores have been even. Yeah. So I want to believe that this encounter, this tie, will swing in Nigeria's favor because I think the Eagles so far are much more hungrier from back home. Let's do it again.
We didn't even know it.
Nobody gave
energy.
Exactly, but and we now see how many Nigerians, not even in the football circles, have all taken their flights to Cameroon to join the team.
Stakeholders, the political stakeholders,
those who matter in Nigerian politics.
The senators, the out of rep.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a contingent there right now. Even people outside of politics.
Exactly.
I mean, entertainment stakeholders are there.
Exactly.
The president spoke with them earlier to charge them on. He didn't do that in the first game, but I think neither in the second game. But getting to this stage we are
I hope that doesn't put an extra pressure
on the boys.
I hope, because the last time it happened in AFCON, we all know how it ended.
Tunisia
against Tunisia.
The underdogs.
They finished third incidentally down,
and then now we have another group of underdogs.
And I just hope that Victor Osimhen and Lukman again will bring in their A game.
All right, let's also talk about what is happening in Angola. The Angolan stakeholders are not leaving their boys out. Yeah. Monies are being thrown at them. There's even reports that they'll be giving iPhone 15 each person. It's all rosy right now. And the Super Eagles of Nigeria reports have it that they've been paid 30,000
allegedly.
Reports have it that they've been paid $30,000 each.
Yeah, but
with the current state of what is happening to the Naira, that's some heavy money.
Exactly.
So it looks like monies are being thrown at both guys right now, both teams right now.
Money is the name of the game, and of course, stakeholders already know what it means to get into the last 4. Africa's biggest football showpiece. So if they can use that to motivate their players to get to that level, so be it. But how the ripple effect is what we don't know, and we will see it in the first 15 minutes of the encounter. who is much
Who
more,
wants it
who
more?
wants it more, would see in the first 15 minutes. But I hope that it's the Eagles who want it more, and I hope that they get early goals to settle nerves and ensure that we're in the last 4 once again.
Interestingly, is that if we do win this game, or should I say when, I think if is better, because if we do win this game, we'll have 2 more games to go.
Yeah.
We're playing in the semi-finals, but one thing is assured after with this victory. After or if we win this game, we're playing 2 more games. The semi-finals and either the losers final or
the finals.
Yeah. So this game is what will decide if we'll be playing 2 more games. But after this one, it's certain we are playing 2 more games.
Yeah.
Big question. Can we go all the way to win?
From the second game against Ivory Coast, the Eagles showed another side of them that I didn't see under Jose Peseiro, which was the grit, the discipline, the togetherness, and the willpower. I mean, nobody gave them a chance. I didn't at the start of the game.
I didn't.
Sincerely, I didn't give them a chance. But they showed class, even if it was goalless at halftime. They showed compactness, and they took the chance when it mattered. We all recall how Osimhen missed that chance he had, and he went all the way to force that foul away from Diomande. So I think they've shown that even if they can't, they can commit defenders into getting chances. And we've seen some set pieces. There's some set pieces which we've gotten at the edge of the box, which we did not take. And that's one thing I feel that we should work on in this encounter. If we can take those chances from corner kicks, we have tall defenders, we have tall players in the team, about 5 of them. So we should be taking such opportunities when it comes our way. I mean, from corners, from set pieces. I mean, to ensure that we could. That should be another outlet for us to get goals in this tournament, because it's who scores now that matters, not how you play. Nobody will remember for how you played the game.
Nobody remembers all the goals you scored.
Exactly.
Senegal, they are home. They'll be watching on TV like myself.
Of course, ruining the fact that they didn't take their chances against the Ivory Coast.
All right, we are some 15-20 minutes away from the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Palancas Negras of Angola in the quarterfinal games of the AFCON 2024 tournament. There's so much smoke in the air right now. I can feel it. I know you can feel it. By 6 p.m. prompt, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be going to battle. I'll be handing you over to our man on the streets, Olalekan Adetunji, who will be taking you around, of course, looking at what the people are doing on the streets. On behalf of everybody in the house, of course, we'll be seeing you later at the other side after the encounter. Probably at past 8 or 8 p.m. We don't know how many minutes will be added to extra time. Or after the long haul of extra time and penalties, or extra time alone. Like with the same football, it's like biscuits, you never know where to crack. Shagona is my name. See you at the other side.